Good morning, all. Can you hear me now? Hello, people are there. Somebody is chatting. Yeah, okay. You can unmute the mic and you can talk. Talk, no problems. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, able.
okay. Thank you. So today the topic is like AWS training and certifications. So I was delivering the previous demos on different technical topics. And earlier, I given the AWS solution architect training demonstration also. So today we are going to talk about something like overall AWS trainings and certifications. Means how many certifications are there, and how many certificates we can get it from the AWS, and what all the topics are discussed on that. What levels of certifications are being offered by AWS, and what are the trainings we require for that, and moreover what are the skills we require for to be taking the training and going for the certifications. That's what I am going to discuss it today. Why this is required, in the sense that people are asking, like many people are asking, pinging me, that what certification I can go for, what will fit for me. I am in this domain, I am on that domain. Somebody will be coming back from that day saying that I am working for last 3 years on CI/CD, that is nothing but a DevOps platform. Somebody saying that I know only the Windows service and the administrations. I done the 2012 MCSE, I just cleared that. Can I go for the AWS certifications? Somebody is asking that they have done the Red Hat certification on, Linux certification, they have done that. And they done it on the version 6 point something on the Red Hat versions. And they're still looking for like whether I can go for a cloud-based cloud-based certifications or something. So like so many walks of life, so many people are coming from different domains, and they're asking about the AWS training, whether it is good for me. Should I go for that any kind of cloud certifications? Why should which one I should choose? Either I will go for a AWS, Amazon Web Services, or I will go for Microsoft Azure, or should I go for the Google Cloud? Platform is a GCP. It is called as. So they have a lot of confusions in their mind because they don't know. Because see, internet in the sense it is having the tons and tons of documents, and trainings are available on the YouTube also. Udemy is doing a lot of things. CBT Nuggets, they are doing it. You know, and so many like lab minutes, and many people are offering nowadays the trainings. And even if it is, there is a very less price also. When you go to the Udemy or something like that, they are charging only 700. The sometimes the festival say they are saying that around 500 rupees only, and they are offering the complete training for the AWS as well. But people are having confused that what should I go for, which training is good for me, and according to their own experience and the interest towards the cloud. Like experience in the sense people are having only 1 year experience, or the people are having 10 plus years experience. Somebody who is just come out of the college, and due to this pandemic they couldn't get any jobs at all. 2020 they finished in the sense what, like they having some kind of backlogs are still existing in their own B or BTech somewhere. And those people are asking me like very freshers, they don't know anything about that. Even the computers also they don't know clearly, because we know about our engineering colleges or how much they are teaching on the computer side, and they what is the languages they are teaching on that. Like because I also gone through that same thing and I come back here like so. So like there are confusions, and there are, like people are having some too much informations about the cloud certifications. They don't have any idea about that, or people are coming with the, like without having any idea at all, whether this cloud is a very humorous thing or something like that. They just look for like very huge, which they cannot touch it at all. What is cloud? People first ask me like, what is cloud, what is cloud computing means, what does it mean, how do I connect that? Like because if they are having a laptop in their hand, they'll just install mostly Windows 10. There will be a pirated version definitely. And see, some people are having like in the colleges, in some other colleges they are having some knowledge of having the Linux in their mind. So their teachers will be telling that you go for a Ubuntu or something that is easy for you to work on. So it's like because it is completely a Windows based environment, you don't require to know any commands or something. You don't need to know about the Linux internals also. Still you can use the Ubuntu platform. And in Linux there are many platforms. The Linux Mint is the Red Hat is the CentOS is the Scientific Linux is there. Like many Linux platforms are there, but people are preferring the Ubuntu because it is easy for them to start with it. And most of them are still having the Windows 7 as their laptop. They are not upgrading at all because they have some memory problems or CPUs not matching with that, something like that. Because Windows 10 doesn't work with older CPUs and all. There is a problems. So like I am facing, because I'm just sitting in a place that where I'm in a receiving end. Receiving end in the sense I'm not taking everything. And I just people used to ask me like very like layman level questions they will ask. Or some people will be asking, I'm around 15 years of experience in the industry. I'm a network engineer, or I'm just doing some kind of a database. I worked in a Oracle database or Sybase or like DB2 platforms, IBM DB2 platforms. And some people are coming with that kind of Informatica. Some trainings are there, some which varies, which are all I never touched in my life itself, because I'm having around a 10 plus of years experience on the networking industry. I started my career in doing the cabling and the crimping, like structured cabling as all we used to do. Then we'll connect some installing the servers and tuning the servers for to talk to the clients and all. Windows only started. The later we started using the Linux also. Like I've been in this industry last 10 to 15 years and all. Like so, a little bit of things I know that where the computer industry is going towards, what sort of certifications are currently valid, and what level of the upgradations has to be done on that. People are having some many certifications, but still they're having. Yeah, somebody is talking, I guess. Please mute your mic. If any questions, please unmute. Otherwise, let me talk. Okay, thank you. And yeah, they are having the confusion. That's what I would like to stress on that word, that confusion, because the confusion is there in their mind. Because their company, their projects may be going for some AWS projects as well, or people are going for a Windows based, in the sense they will be acquiring directly, going to the, their clients are looking for the Azure platform, Microsoft Azure platform. And in the US, there are many clients which we are handling that there is a Google Cloud platforms, and DigitalOcean is there, CenturyLink is there. So many cloud certifications are there. So that's why people are having the too much information about the cloud and they don't know what is cloud. Or the people are coming with the no knowledge about the cloud itself. Even the computing also they don't know. Means like server-based computing, like peer-to-peer computing we are saying, server-client computing we are saying, database computing we are saying. So these are all they don't know. Means in the sense I'm not complaining about their lack of knowledge or something like that, because maybe like they what the people they are talking to, which person they are getting some kind of suggestions or something, comments or something about some other trainings. So I wanted to make it like this session as like giving like an eye opener for them, like what certification they can go for, what skills they require to take that certification, how many years of experience is required for in the industry based experience, not just studying and doing some labs on their own or something, not that level. You require to be on the production platform, business doing that platform or something like 8 hours to 8 hours working time or 10 hours working time. The people are doing that who are in the support industry. Like I'm in the support industry. I moved to myself like designing something like that. Support industry, or people are doing the developing platforms, and people are doing like only the maintenance and the upgradation parts they will be doing it. Like many walks of life in the IT, the people are coming and asking me. And the person who's having around 10 years experience in the only software development, he was doing only the software development. He was working in a older Linux platform, that Unix platform that is called as Sun Solaris. He was developing a software for a hardware vendor like that. So he wants to take some kind of the cloud trainings and all. So like so it is very harder for them to finalize it. Which one should go for? Where to start? That is the main problem for them. Where to start? Where to end? Which level of the certification will be fit for me? According to the experiences they are having on the domain, according to the domain, they just need to choose their path in the AWS also. So as well as in the Microsoft Azure, as well as in the Google Cloud, everyone has a similar kind of syllabus or kind of trainings or the certifications level and the experience they are looking for the people to get trained or something. And so I would like to give it like demonstrations like that. What are the certifications? This I would like to talk about only on the AWS side here. AWS means Amazon Web Services. Amazon has started in the early 90s and they come up with the kind of what is that e-commerce platform. They started with that e-commerce in the sense they were selling the books on online. Nowadays, without online, nobody can buy anything. That's a situation has come up. But earlier in the 90s and all, people used to visit physically in person to the bookstores and they had to try to buy it out from the bookshelf and other things. But nowadays it has been completely gone. Everyone is looking for something on the online. They would like to search it, find out if this is not available in this store, they will search it in another store. Like that, it is very easy. You can go to the Google and you can search and everything, you'll get that. So that's a scenario like he predicted that same way in the early 90s, means it 30 years back. Then they slowly started doing the very big businesses and they are selling on some consumer durables and other things, consumer goods and all, like jeans pants, mobile phones, like everything we can get it on the net on the e-commerce platforms. So they started selling on that and they started doing some kind of a training and certification also because the cloud has come up. Cloud in the sense it is going to be like they are going to create their own infrastructure in their own data centers. That is nothing but the cloud. Normally, what we do, we will create for our own company network. We'll create it in our on premises. In the on premises, servers will be there, clients will be there, and network will be there. Some other routers will be connecting to the their branch offices or something, and they will be having everyone will be having the internet connections to search for a new documents or download some other patches from the Microsoft site or Red Hat site or something like that. So those things are like this is a common scenario which was there early 10 years back. I'm telling. So this is the bigger network which are we have done that very big projects and all I used to do. So those things are done now there is no infrastructure projects are coming up. Like as a network engineer, I can just say that there is no infrastructure project as such. So all the infrastructure has gone to the cloud side. Either they will be creating it in the data centers, local data centers, they will be creating it, or they are directly going for the like cloud providers like the AWS, Google Cloud, or Microsoft Azure, something like that. They'll just go for. So infrastructure they can make it and they give it. Infrastructure in the sense they will create the network, they will create the service, and they will give us the storage space. They do the kind of databases and all they'll create, and many other services also available at least now. So AWS platform they are creating the near about 10 to 15 services per day. That's what I come to know that there is a lot of code which is keep on changing in their own black in their backbone or something like that. So that is about the AWS AWS infrastructure, I can just say. And it is a phenomenal growth. AWS has come up in 2010 or 12 only, it has came to India. Now their presence here, like around 8 years they are staying. And I can just say that from my own side, my own company, whatever we are doing that, 80% of the new projects which are coming for AWS cloud only. I'm not promoting AWS here, or I am not suggesting the people to go for AWS only. I'm saying about the projects which are happening mostly comparing with the Microsoft or Google or AWS. AWS is number one. Second is Microsoft. Third one is a Google. Like so, when the market trend is looking for certain skilled people who are worked on certain cloud platform, I can just say AWS is a cloud platform. In the cloud platform, the customers are looking for that. The clients are looking for that, and HRs are looking for that. Most important is the HR. HR is looking for the AWS certified guys because the projects are mostly on AWS. It has been done. That's why they are looking for AWS certified guys. Like certification. Now again the certification has come, so anyone can take the training from anywhere. That is not a problem at all. Because as I told you, like Udemy is YouTube videos are the so much of the people are offering the line by line like that, chapter by chapter. They are conducting the trainings on the YouTube and on it is available not only on English, it's on their own languages itself. Local regional languages and all they have the videos available for that. You can download and you can watch it. That's not an issue, bigger issue at all. But what training you can go for? What should you start with that first? And what level of the trainings are required for you? And which one will be suitable for you? And what should be your like upgrading path? Which path you would like to go in up like that? So these are all the confusions which come up. Like so, I made these slides. Actually, AWS has given one PDF that was a very big one, around 60, 70 pages for that about their certifications and trainings and requirements, prerequisites, and all these things they have made it. I made it in a proper presentable way. So that's why this presentation is there. So let me go back to this presentation and I will be going through this one by one. At the end of this session, I would like to show you a small lab on the AWS platform itself. We'll be telling you like, certification page also I can show you. And the small lab, I'll just show you because how to create a certain resources on the AWS cloud. I'll show you. It may not be, that is not actually the, criteria for this session, because earlier I was used to show that all technical presentations and other things, labs and all I used to show. But this is like more of an eye opener for a training and certification side. So I am more stressing on this, like what are the certifications and the trainings which we should take and which path to choose and where should I start? These are all the questions will be answered here. Okay, let me start with this presentation. AWS training and certification. This is the certification page. This you can see it in the AWS page itself, but you just need to go to that site and verifying it and seeing that, searching it. After that, you will be finding this page or something. So I would like to start with this first, first slide like this. So let me take some annotations. That will be nice for you. You can see it easily, AWS certification. What is the first level certification the people has to go for? That is foundational certification. To take the foundational certification, what is the prerequisite for that? 6 months of fundamentals, AWS cloud and industry knowledge. Industry knowledge in the sense they are talking about that network knowledge, operating system knowledge, network operating system knowledge, computing knowledge. You should have been working in the company like around at least 6 months, not as like a starter or beginner or something like that. So understanding the cloud is not easy, because you just need to know, because everything in the cloud is a virtual. You can't see anything. You can't touch anything physically, because you just need to start visualizing everything in your mind. That requires at least you should have seen a network, you should have seen a server or something, and you should have worked on or logged into the and tried to get some kind of files or uploading, downloading something like that. You must have done it, like, because a basic experience on the computing side is required for you to take this foundational. This foundational is coming like a certification called cloud practitioner. Cloud practitioner, this is the logo which you get it. When you finish your certification, you will be getting that cloud practitioner certification. This logo will be on your certificate. So who can take this? So I would like to tell the person who is starting the cloud certification, in the sense he has to start from this foundational level, cloud practitioner level. There are some chapters are there, and there are some prerequisites are there. Means that's what I tell you, like network operating systems. At least you should be knowing about the Windows operating system on network, either a Windows Server 2012 or 2016 or 2019, and you should be having the client side, how the client Windows clients will talk to that, how the Linux clients will talk to the Windows server, how do they share, how do they send mails, how do they expect the response which is coming up like, and what is the domain, how do they log into the domains, and how the machine is being joined to the domains, what are the prerequisite for to join the domain, like some networking experience, some kind of what I say, some kind of a server knowledge is being required, so that you will be understand, because cloud is talking about that server and client model only, because the servers will be sitting on the cloud in the backend of the data centers in AWS, and the clients will be sitting on every other locations, means in Bangalore, Delhi, Singapore, London, anywhere they can sit, they can connect to their servers through the cloud. So this is nothing but a client server computing which we are doing it. So for that, knowledge has to be there. People who are finishing the BE Tech or like computer science people also can come to this level of certifications. And what actually has been speaking about this foundational level certification, in the sense managers can go for it. IT managers are there. So IT managers can take this training. Means because they are not going to work as a technical person or something, and means they are not going to troubleshoot it or installing anything, or installing anything or something like that. They are not doing anything on that. So for them, this IT managers, salespeople who are going to sell any product for AWS cloud or something, they're going to offer any solutions based on the AWS cloud. They can take this guys. So IT and the salespersons can go for this certification, but still they would like to do, because they are doing a lot of work, and their company is going for like AWS cloud or something like that. So they would like to know the knowledge about that cloud, so they can go for this foundational certification. Okay, and the next one is an associate. This is the certification, 1 year of experience in solving problems and implementing solutions using AWS cloud. This is very much importance. AWS cloud experience is required for you to take these trainings, take this going for a certification or something. Here, there are two certifications are there. One is a solution architect level certification. Another one is a SysOps administrators certification. The third one is for the only for the developers. Developer in the sense people who are doing the developing, software developing, or application developers, programmers, program analysts. Those people can go for this because here you require a strong language background is required. Means a C++ or any other languages people who are knowing computer languages generally. Those things are required. These two certifications are very much okay for the people who are coming from the industry. They are saying that 1 year, but I would like to stress it like at least 3 years. 2 to 3 years experience you require. If you are working in an industry for 2 to 3 years in support side or implementations or maintenance, any network or Windows servers or Linux servers or databases, and all the people has to come up with this kind of a certification. So they can ask me like, well, should I go for a foundation or something? This foundational topics, everything has been covered in associate. So people are having the 3 years of experience or something, they can directly take this association level certification. They don't need to go for this foundational. That's what I was telling. IT managers and the sales guys can go for this and they can start with this. They don't require anything more on this. But in our case, means like the people who are working on 2 to 3 years in the industry and they would like to go move towards the cloud or something like that, they have to take the associate level certifications. And this is very much currently in the top in the market. And this one also, sysops admin also. This I am planning for, this I am suggesting for people who are like me in the sense like because who started with the network or they started with the system administration side, network administrations, firewall administrators, database administrators who are having less than 4 years of experience. They should be going for this solution architect and sysops administrator. Both are similar. The solution architect is having some lesser subjects and the sysops admin has got some more subjects, more chapters will be covered on it. So either you can take the solution architect level or you can take the sysops admin level. If you are good at programming skills at all, you have some knowledge, you are developing the software already, you've been solving the problems with the people, you are a development engineer, you are a programmer analyst, then you can take the associate level certification on developing. That's why it has been given as a developer. So this is foundational is the first, association is the third, second, professional is the third. Professional in the sense, after finishing these two level or finishing this level, you can go to the professional level. Professional level is much more harder than these levels. This is the third level I am talking about. 2 years of comprehensive experience in designing, operating, troubleshooting in AWS cloud. That is more important. In AWS cloud, you should be doing that, not other clouds as well at all. People can say that every cloud is the same only. They are offering all the services. Okay, but the screens are different. The commands are different. AWS has created its own commands. Command line interface has been there. And they developed their own API, application programmer interface. And they developed their own GUI, that is a graphical user interface. So every cloud has got its own way of implementing their own screens and their own CLIs and their own APIs. So that's why they are very much stress on that you should have got experience on AWS cloud. Means you are working in AWS cloud and you offer solutions and you are installing certain servers and databases and some serverless computings and some databases like Redshift, like many things are there. Amazon Aurora is in the database. If you've done anything on this or you constructed the network using the VPCs and you got some experience on the AWS cloud, then you can go for the professional level. Professional level is much more harder. So that's what I say. Foundation is one, associate is second, third is professional. After going the professional, you've been working on this AWS cloud for at least 6 to 7 years. In AWS cloud, I'm telling. After that, you can go for any specialty. Specialty certification, specialty in the sense, here in the solution architect level, professional level, DevOps engineers professional level, any level, whatever you take that. But that will be including everything in the sense, infrastructure as a service, IaaS, platform as a service, PWS, and database as a service, DBWS, okay, And so many AAS is there. AAS in the sense as a service, database as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. Like that, many other services are there. Those all services are included in all certifications here. That may not be fitting for you because you may be a firewall guy, or you may be a server administrator, or you must be a network person, or you are a programmer, like you are having some kind of experiences on the machine learning, or you are building some applications for the Alexa, you know, or you are doing only the database or something like that. So what you can do after finishing this professional level of certifications, certification in the sense the knowledge of this level of this, the level of this knowledge will be expected here to go for the specialty level certification. Either you can take, if a network guys, you can take the advanced networking. Security guys can take the security specialty. Machine learning guys can take the machine learning, ML. Alexa. Alexa is nothing but that we are talking to the Alexa. Alexa, just play the song. Alexa, just tell me which is the capital of Malaysia. Something like that, we are just asking that. That is nothing but Alexa. Alexa is an interactive robot which is talking to you. It's a bot. Okay, anyway. So that skills are like Alexa builder that you can go for it. Or I can just say data analytics. People who are doing some kind of informatica and other things, data analyst, they can go for databases. Database specialty you can take that. So specialty levels of six are there, but they will be going for some more also later part of time. So this is like a overall certifications which are offered by AWS. Offered by AWS in the sense, authoritatively you will get the certificate from the AWS for these skills only. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 certifications are there. According to your experience, you can go for the certification. So what I can say, first start with the foundational, whoever it may be. Either you are a 5 years experienced person, 10-year experienced person on any domain, or the person who is just a fresher who is coming out of the college and try to go for a kind of cloud certifications or something. Level I'm asking that. I'm not saying that you need to go for this certification. Any certification is not a must actually. If an experienced guy, if the HR is asking, then we'll go for a certification actually, because certification makes more perks, more money, and more, your resume will be put in the first level, like you'll be called for the interviews very easily. That's why people are looking for certifications. If you are certified, your clients will be happy. Okay, this person knows about AWS. This person knows about the Google Cloud. Like that, they go for. So certifications are indirectly, it is mandatory for everyone to hold it, and you can put these badges once you get certified, and if you got the required marks for that, but then you can put these badges on your resume on the top of it like this. You can put it like this. So that will pull you more calls. That will like, the people will be liking more you to call back. So that's what so you are getting a lot of benefits on this, and you will be getting more salary, and you can able to get your perks which can come up. You can go for upgradation, something like that. So many perks are there because certifications are always been there. Technology means the certification will be there. Cisco was beautiful in the 10, 5, 6 years and back and all. Now they are not having the good market at all. Everything is moved towards the cloud. Then VMware has come up. Then Microsoft has been already been there doing a lot of certifications. And the Red Hat is giving a lot of certifications for that. And database is giving that Oracle certifications are there, Sun certifications are there. So many certifications. That's what, when you come to the cloud, I would be telling that if it is a cloud certification, please go for AWS. I used to offer the training for AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, any cloud which you ask me, I can take that. But the customers are looking for AWS people. The clients are looking for AWS people. HR is looking for AWS people. So I would like to tell you one thing, which I never told anyone. If you take the AWS certification, you don't need to take any Azure certification at all. No Azure is required. No GCP is required. Means if you have the knowledge on the AWS, you can do any certifications on your own. You don't need to get trained for any other certifications as well. So at least one cloud certification is required for you. Once you are coming to the cloud, then you will understand that how the things are being, taken in the other clouds as well. You can work with interoperability. Means like AWS can talk to the Azure resources, Microsoft resources can talk to the Google resources. There I'm working on that. In the backbone I work on. In between the cloud connections and all I used to work on. So okay, now let us go back to the second slide. It is talking about that more of one by one certifications in a very detailed format. So these are all the available certification. There is a symbol for them: cloud practitioner, solution architect, sysops admin, developer, DevOps engineer, and the specialties going on this: advanced networking, security, machine learning, Alexa skill, data analytics, database, something like that we go for. Available AWS certifications. You may be wondering, how do I determine which certifications are the right for me? To answer this question, you will need to consider your role and honestly evaluate your existing level of experience and knowledge across various areas of technical and cloud expertise. This is more important. Beautifully, they written that. This sentence is so beautifully made. So that's what I'm saying. You should know your experience and you should know your capability. Then you should know your level. Then you go for the certifications. What are the certifications are the foundational? Recommended experience for the person to take the foundational is less than 1 year. Associate is 1 to 2 years. Professional is 2 or 3 more years. Specialty varies. It depends on it. A specialty in the sense you cannot directly go to the specialty certifications, because at least in a 10 years experience on the cloud industry is required for you to go for specialized certificate, because it's very hard. When you go to the specialty, if you cross the associate level, you just need to do a lot of scripting. That is what we expected. Scripting is required. Scripting involves cloud formations, and building things, and you are doing the CI/CD operations. Scripting is very important once you cross the AWS, going to the professional and the specialty, because 100 things if you are doing the clicking OK cancel and all for the Windows pop-ups, you can write it in 10 commands itself. That's why the scripting is more important. You should be having equal experience on the scripting and as well as on the service offerings, so that you can go to the next level of the things. So you cannot just take the cloud certifications without knowing the scripting. Scripting in the sense, at least you should be starting with that shell scripting on the Linux platform or PowerShell scripting on the Windows platform. It is very much required. PowerShell scripting also we can do, and shell scripting also we can do on cloud platforms. I would like to tell you more stressing on that. Cloud is mostly based on Linux platforms only. So you require to know JSON scripting or YAML scripting, like according to the services which you are going to offer it to your clients. You should be start writing the templates for that. And small templates are available on the AWS itself. We can download, standard templates are available. We can download and you can watch. Then you can start modifying it. Modifying it in the sense for some time. Later you just need to start writing yourself. So cloud is nothing but CLI. CLI means command line interface. Cloud is nothing but scripting. So if you hate scripting, people are coming from the Windows based people or like database people, like that. They would like to know only the if it is available on GUI, I can definitely easily monitor that, easily configure that. But those are all not gone. That kind of a level experience has been gone. Now you require to know about the more on scripting side. So please start learning about scripting. So if you like to really come to the cloud platform in the sense, scripting is a much more important, and you require it. And most of the 90% of the things are done through the scripting and the CLI only on any cloud, I'm telling. Okay, cloud practitioner examination is intended for individuals who have knowledge and skills necessary to effectively demonstrate an overall understanding of the AWS cloud, independent of specific technical roles addressed by other AWS certification, because this is the foundational. Exam can be taken as a testing center or from comfort and convenience of a home or office location as an online proctored exam. This in sitting in home and doing the exams only because of the pandemic, because of the corona problems are there. That's why they're offering the exams from the home itself. Otherwise, we need to visit the center and to write the exams. And becoming an AWS certified cloud practitioner is a recommended optional step toward achieving an associate level or specialty level certification. That's what the number one I was just telling. Number one is like your foundational, that is a cloud practitioner. This is a number one. Number two is nothing but associate level. Number three is a professional level. Number four will be your specialty level. That's what they are also saying it. It's not been mandatory to take the foundational, but if you start with that, it's easy for you to go up into the next level certifications as well. That's all. The next is Cloud practitioner ability is validated by the certification. What are the things will be asked when you go for a certificate? Define what the AWS cloud and basic global infrastructure. Describe the basic AWS cloud architecture principles, AWS cloud value propositions, key services of AWS platform and the common use cases. Example like compute and analytics, basic security and compliance in the AWS platform, shared security model, billing, account management and pricing models. This is very much important because when you are trying to offer a solution to your customer, they will be looking for only the budgeting. So you just need to do the budgeting. AWS calculators are there. You can use with it. Per region level, we can calculate and you can tell to the customer. Then identify the sources of documentation and technical assistance, for example, white papers and support kits. This is our daily life and the basic core characteristics of deploying and operating in the AWS cloud. Recommended knowledge and experience. We recommend candidates have at least 6 months of experience with the AWS cloud in any role, including technical, managerial, sales, purchasing, or financial. Candidates should have a basic understanding on IT services and their uses in the AWS cloud platform. So this is what expected to become a cloud practitioner. Next. So the cloud practitioner exam code is CLF C01. And this is like a cloud certificate. You will be getting a badge like this in your resume. You can put on that. What are the details of this exam? This format of the exam is multiple choice and multiple answer. So you are not going to write anything in your hand. You are not typing any commands or over there. You will be selecting it whichever the answers are given. Means like a best answer you just need to select. Multiple choice and multiple answers. If there are 4 choices are there, you may have to select 2 or 3, something like that. Type is a foundational. The exam level is a foundational. Delivery method. When you can write this exam, testing center or online proctored. Time. How long the exam time is there? 90 minutes. 90 minutes means 1.5 hours. What is the cost? It is $100. $100 in the sense in the Indian amount, it will be coming around 8,000 bucks. Plus your GST and other thing, you just need to calculate. Then what are the languages that is available? Available in English, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, and simplified Chinese. All Indians will be going for English only, and it is not available in any other Indian languages as well. So we should be preferring only the English knowledge, English language questions and all like that. So the exam code is a CLF C01, and the time is 90 minutes. $100 is the fees for this. Solution architect. This is the second level certification. Means this is a associate level certifications. So this is a second level certification. The second level associate exam, individuals who perform a solution architect role and have 1 or more years of experience hands-on designing available, cost efficient, fault tolerant, scalable distributed systems in AWS. And what all things are required for this? This is a second level exam, let it be here. So ability is validated by the certification. Effectively demonstrate the knowledge of how to architect and deploy secure and robust applications on AWS technologies. Define a solution using architectural design principles based on customer requirements. Provide implementation guidance based on best practices to the organization throughout the life cycle of the project. So these are all the abilities which are required for to take this. Then what is the recommended? We'll see. Recommended knowledge and experience required for to do the AWS solution architect. Hands-on experience using compute, networking, storage, and database. See that how many topics they are discussing. You require to know the compute in the sense nothing but operating systems and box configurations and other things. You should know what is the RAM, what is the CPU required, what's the network speed which is required, like operating system knowledge is required, domain experience is required, like that. The networking is required, storage is required, database is required. These are all the topics which are discussed on the solution architect level. Hands-on experience on the deployment and managed services. Ability to identify and define technical requirements for a AWS application. Ability to identify AWS services meet a given technical requirement. Knowledge of recommended best practices for building secure and reliable applications on the AWS cloud platform. Understanding of the basic architectural principles of building on the AWS cloud is very important. And understanding the global infrastructure, how many data centers are there, what are the availability zones, what is the region is there, right? and which region I'm going to work out with that. How do I create it in the cross region databases, cross region machines and other things? How do I make the accessibility for cross region and other things? These are all required. And understanding and network knowledge technologies they related to AWS. Understanding of security features, the tools, traditional services like this, we require this one. Then we will see about the examination point of view on this next. The exam details is just the same, multiple choice and multiple answer. Here also there is no simulation as such. You are not going to do any lab or practicing or something over there in the exam. It is only the multiple choice and multiple answer. The level of certification is the associate level. And the delivery method is as usual, testing center and online proctored. 130 minutes means near about 2 hours. 120 is 2 hours plus 10 minutes. 2 hours, 10 minutes. You have 2 hours, 10 minutes for to clear this exam. I guess it is more than enough. Like 2 hours is enough. Like they increase the timing as well. And 150 US dollars is the price. 150 into 80, how much it comes? Near about 13,000. Something like that. It will come in the Indian rupee. And the language is available as it is, like English and Chinese. What is the code for the exam to go for SAA C02? SAA means Solution Architect Associate. That is called SAA C02. That is a certification C02. Previously it was C01. Certificate 01 was there. Now it is become upgraded to the 02. So this is the latest certification. You take it in this year 2021. And you can go for the certification either by sitting in home and writing it, means online proctored. Your computer will be controlled by the AWS people, testing center people. Then you will not be able to surf here and there and all because your screen will be locked on that. That's what the people told me. And yeah, one of my students have told me like that. So they can type only, they can click only the answers which is available. And when the result will come, the result will come immediately within 2 minutes. The result will be printed on your own screen. It will be popped up saying you cleared the exam, you got this much of a marks, and you can claim your certificate after 1 week, something like that. Your mail will come to you like that. So this is a solution architect associate level exam. Next, SysOps administrator associate. This SysOps administrator associate exam is intended for system administrators in a system operations role with at least 1 year of experience on the deployment, management, and operations in AWS. Okay, what is being abilities are validated. Deploy, manage, operate scalable, highly available fault tolerant systems. Number one, implement control and flow of data in the AWS. Select appropriate AWS service based on compute data requirements. Identify appropriate use of AWS operational best practices. Estimate the usage cost. Pricing is come up here. Migrate on-premise is so important because the whole India is doing only this job now. Most of the projects, 85% of the projects, only migration projects. Migration is nothing but you are migrating it from your on-premises to the cloud, or you are migrating to the VMware virtual machines to migrating to the cloud, or the local data centers. From the local data centers, we will be migrating it to the AWS. This is what the 85% of the work has been done by the Indian people. Indian means like we are all having the outsourced. So in the outsource, we are getting that 85% of the jobs are truly depend on the migrations only. So if you have a migration experience also, that will add up your points in your resume. Okay. And recommended knowledge and experience, understanding the AWS tenants, architecting for the cloud, hands-on experience at the AWS CLI scheme. It's come. CLI has come. Here it is the CLI, SDK, API. CLI means command line interface. SDK means a software development kit. Software development kit. API means application programming interface. So these all related to the scripting. I was telling you about the scripting. Scripting is very much important to become more and more to the levels if you try to move on through the cloud certifications and all. Scripting is a mandatory skill for everyone should be knowing that. The scripting, here the SDKs and APIs, we can write it down certain codes and like some certain languages, which we should be knowing that. AWS CLI has been developed by the AWS on its own. We need to install it in our local PC. You can install it in a Linux box, or you can install it in a Windows box also. It is possible. Through the Windows 10 also you can install it. Through the Windows 10 box, we will be controlling the entire cloud by using that CLI commands itself, command line interface commands. We need to learn these commands. Learning the commands in the sense it is like around 10 to 15% is correlating with the Linux commands. But 80% of the commands are developed by AWS itself. We need to learn the commands. We require a practice and as well as very important thing that is nothing but a patience is required. Okay, next, understanding the network technologies they relate to the AWS, understanding security concept and hands-on experience, understanding virtualization technology, that there is nothing but the VMware. If you have a hands-on on VMware, if you can create virtual machines and allocating the resources to the virtual machines like CPU allocations, thin provisioning, thick provisionings, hard disk enlargement, dislodgement, or inserting the new network cards and allocating the outside interfaces to talk to the inside hosts or guests or something like that. So these are all very VMware technologies required. The person who is coming from the VMware background, VMware experience or something, he can shine in the cloud field very easily because cloud is more of VM based only. And monitoring and auditing experience that is required. Knowledge of networking concept, DNS, TCP/IP, and firewalls, all are required. And translate the architectural requirements. These are all required for you to know about the SysOps administrator level association. This is a bit further from the solution architect to SysOps admin. This is the second level I can just say. Within the same level of certification, SysOps has got more things to discuss. You see that these are all recommended. You should know this. Okay, now let's go to the examination info of this. The examination info is nothing but SysOps admin has got the code is SOAC01. Okay, and examination is going to be the same, multiple choice and multiple answer, associate level, testing center or online proctored, 130 minutes, again the same. Timing is same like a solution architect, 130 minutes, 2 hours, 10 minutes, and the cost is $150 only. Again, it is around 13,000 something, it'll be coming up, plus GST something like in India. So this is the examination information. This, when you are going for an examination for the SysOps admin, you should mention this code SOA. SOA means SysOps admin, SOA C01 certification level 01. That's the one. Then let's go to the developer associate. It is associate level exam only, means a second level of certification. As I told you that this is only for the programmers who are working on programs and they will be creating a scripts and they are developing certain software for the applications for their own company. Like that, those people can go for this certified developer associate. It's an examination intended for individuals who perform a development role and have 1 or more years of hands-on experience. Development role, that is important. Hands-on experience in developing and maintaining AWS-based applications. Demonstrate and understanding the core AWS services, basic AWS architecture best practices. Demonstrate proficiency in developing, deploying, debugging cloud-based applications. A person who is doing the developing in the sense he should require a debugging knowledge, means like troubleshooting it. When things goes wrong, the script is not working as expected, then he should start doing the debugging to find out what went wrong and how is he going to fix it. Like, you just need to know that. Next, what is the recommended knowledge? This is huge list is there. In-depth knowledge of at least one high-level programming language, C, C++. Okay, Python, Ruby, right? And Maven. So many things are there. I'm not getting into that. So these are all required. Understanding the core AWS services, uses basic infrastructure and best practices. Proficiency in developing, deploying, debugging, and APIs, CLI, SDK. This is very much required for them. This is their bread and butter for them. And identify the key features, shared responsibility model, application lifetime management, CI/CD. That is nothing but continuous improvement and continuous development model. Ability to use, interact and the AWS services, and basic understanding of cloud native applications, ability to write code using the best practices by using the IAM roles and other things. This is nothing but creating a user and giving the permissions to the people, and ability to author, maintain, debug code modules in AWS, like that. Proficiency in writing code for a serverless applications. Serverless applications example is a Lambda. Like that, many applications are there, Kinesis and Beanstalk. So many things are there available in the AWS platform. Understanding the use of containers. Containers nothing but a Docker. Docker, Kubernetes, and all we are talking about that. So you require to know about the Docker and KAS. KAS means Kubernetes. This all you should require. You should know that. Then you can go for this developer associate exam. And examination details, multiple choice, multiple answer, associate level, 150 minutes, sorry, 130 minutes to clear it, and $150, same price. Associate level exams are always $150 only. And AWS developer, certified developer means developer associate, DV. DV means developer. Associate is A, DVA, C01, certificate 01. Right. Okay, next, solution architect professional. This is the third level certification we are having. The third level certification. Professional exam intended for individuals who perform the solution architect role with with 2 or more years of hands-on experience managing and operating systems on AWS. Ability is validated. Design, deploy dynamically scalable and highly scalable, fault tolerant. Design and deploy in applications. Migrate complex and multi-tier applications. This is more important. Cost control strategies. So the person should be working on cost controlling also, planning and budgeting, cost controlling, migrations, deploying, multi-tier applications. So the level is increased here. And what is recommended? Recommended knowledge is like the experience is anyway there, and evaluate cloud application requirement, make architectural recommendations and implementation, deployment, provisioning applications on AWS. Again, here also this came, all things, CLI, API, AWS, and billing console and AWS management console that is required. And the 5 pillars of AWS well architecture framework. There is a framework is there which you need to understand. And you should be working on hybrid architecture using VPN, AWS Direct Connect. VPN is nothing but virtual private network. We are all connecting with the VPN only to our corporate network from our home, because we are all sitting in the home and working from home only nowadays. Ability to provide best practice guidance and architectural design across multiple application projects of the enterprise. Familiarity with scripting knowledge. You see that? This you should be starting with the associate level. It's nice. You should be going for this. Very important. It's a very important one. And familiarity with the Windows and the Linux environments, both required. Not only Linux or not only Windows or something. Once you come across the cloud in the sense, you should be knowing everything. Map business objectives to applications and architecture requirements. Architect continuous integration and deployment process. That is nothing but a CI/CD. CI/CD cycle. People who are the developers will be understanding this. And what is the format of that exam? Exam format is same, multiple choice and multiple answer. And the level of certification is professional. 180 minutes. 180 means 3 hours. The exam is 3 hours. And $300. 300 means how much it will come? Near about 20, 21, 22,000 something will come up. And it is available on English language, language, something like that. So solution architect professional, SAP C01, certificate 01. So you have 3 hours to clear this exam, and you will be paying $300 for this. Once you clear that, you will be getting this badge. You can put it on your resume. Okay. The next one is like DevOps engineer professional. We've seen the professional level of solution architect level. Now we are going to see the DevOps engineer professional like that. So the DevOps engineer professional exam is intended for individuals who perform DevOps engineer role with 2 more years of experience in provisioning, operating, and managing AWS environment. That person who has done the developer associate can come to the DevOps engineer. That way it has been recommended. And abilities: implement and manage continuous delivery systems and methodologies, implement, automate security control, governance process, compliance validation, define and deploy monitoring metrics and logging systems on the AWS, implement systems that are highly available, scalable, and self-healing AWS platform, design, manage, maintain tools to automate operational process. Recommended is what? Experience in developing the code in at least one high-level programming knowledge language, experience in building highly automated infrastructures. Automation is very much required. Nowadays, we are doing only the automations. Automation can be done with the Python, Ansible, or any CI/CD tools which you are using, the DevOps tools according to your applications and environment will be using on that. and experience in administering the operating systems that is required. Understanding the modern deployment and operations process on the methodologies. These are all very much required for you to become a DevOps engineer professional. Examination, same, multiple choice and multiple answer. It's a professional level exam. 180 minutes. Again, it is a 3 hours, $300. DOP, it's come. DevOps engineer professional. DOP C01. That is a professional level. So now we will be going towards specialty. Specialty is nothing but once you come with that level of what are the levels which we seen the level 1 as the foundational, okay, second as the architect level, third as the professional level, fourth is nothing but a specialty level. So foundational, architecture, professional, then the specialty. Here we are coming into the specialty. In the specialty, advanced networking, security, machine learning, Alexa skill builder, data analytics, database. This many specialties are available. We can choose as we require. Okay, as we are good in the domain, according to the domain experience, we can use it. But what you should be knowing, you should be having the core skills. People will be having the core skills. Even though they are working on multiple platforms, multiple domains, they will be having a core skill because they started with their career with that. Means a person is a Windows admin in the sense must be used to work on 5-6 years on the Windows admin level. So Windows will become his core skill. That is what the core skill. That core skill, according to them, the person can choose his own specialty. Either he can go to the security, or he is going for the networking. He'll go for a machine learning or Alexa, data analytics, database. Whatever the specialty you are taking it, you require to have the scripting knowledge. Programming knowledge is required for you. Okay, let us see one by one. Certified Advanced Networking Specialty. This is the badge which you will be getting it. And it's intended for the individuals who perform complex networking tasks. Only the network engineer will be taking this. Ability is validated. Design, develop, deploy cloud applications based AWS. Implement core AWS services according to the basic architecture best practices. Design and maintain network architecture for all AWS services. Leverage tool to automate AWS networking tasks. So you should be doing the network automation also here. For that you require a scripting skill. For that you require CI/CD tools. You should require some DevOps tools. So scripting is base. That is like a core skill for you. With that only you can come to this much of a level. Next, recommended knowledge and experience. We recommend candidates to hold on cloud practitioner or current associate level certification. AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate, Certified Developer Associate, SysOps Administrator Associate. These are all the things. Once you go through this and you come to this level, it's easy for you to do this. That's what we expected. Advanced level of AWS networking concepts and technologies. Minimum 5 years of hands-on experience on architecting and implementing network solutions. Advanced networking architectures and interconnectivity options. VPN, MPLS, VPLS. MPLS is multi-protocol label switching rather. So we will be going through this. Networking technologies within the OSI model and how they affect implementation decisions. Development of automation script and tools. It came now. This line will always be there anywhere. Okay. Subnetting, you should know that. And IPv6 translation challenges, you should be handling it. Generic solutions and network security feature, including WAF, web application firewall, intrusion detection systems, intrusion prevention systems, distributed denial of service protections, economic denial of service and sustainability, EDOS. These are all things that are very much required for a person to take the specialty certification under advanced networking like that. That's what been expected. So what could be the examination code and other things we'll see. Exam code is like ANSCOO. ANS means Advanced Networking Specialty. ANSCOO. This is a first level certification on the specialty side. So they may be coming with the versions like C01, 2, C3 like that. Okay, this is like multiple choice, multiple answer only again. There is no simulations or lab or nothing is there. This level is a specialty level. And 170 minutes is there. 170 minutes means like how much it is. We are having 170 minutes. 2 hours means 120. 3 hours means 180. So less than 10 minutes. 3 hours less than like 10 minutes you are running. Then 170 minutes you just need to clear this exam. And the cost is $300 only. And it is available on English. So when you go into the specialty level certification, I would recommend the people who are going for the specialty should be having at least a 10 years of industry experience with every other cloud, with every other technology on the networking. You should have worked in a firewalls, load balancers, routers, switches, everything you should be knowing on the networking. So completely, then he will go for the certification. Plus, scripting is required, automation tools required, Python, Ansible, and many other things of the automation tools are required. Once you have this all information, then you can go for the specialty certification on advanced networking. Next, security specialty. Security specialty, the persons who are having the security experience means who are a firewall admin, who is doing some security solutions building, they can go for this. It's a data classifications, data protection, data encryption methods, and AWS mechanisms, secure the internet protocols, and working knowledge on AWS security services, competency gained from 2 or more experience in production deployment, security services, AWS security services, trade-offs or decisions regarding the cost, security, and deployment complexity, given a set of application requirements, understanding security operations and risk compliance. He should be a CEH certified guy, so he can come to the certified security specialty. Let's see the next slide. Recommended knowledge, at least 2 years of hands-on experience on the securing AWS workloads, security controls for workloads on AWS, minimum 5 years in IT security experience designing and implementing security solutions. I should recommend at least 10 years of experience on the industry, which is only worked as a firewall admin, and you worked on multiple firewalls as well. Firewalls means like Checkpoint firewall is a, Palo Alto firewall is a, Fortinet firewall is a, and ASA firewalls are there. So many firewalls are there. You should be having a multiple experience on the multiple firewalls as well. Then only he will be able to do this specialty certification. Next, examination is a multiple choice, multiple answer. 170 minutes to clear this. $300. Exam code is SCS. SCS means Security Specialty Certification. I can take it in that way. So SCSC01 has come. So there is the next version has come on this. So this is specialty on security. Then this other specialty, because I am not much into this levels of things, machine learning, which I don't do, Alexa, I don't build anything, data analytics, I don't do that. And moreover, databases and all, like we used to work on, but not in the very much of on a professional level. But still we'll be seeing one by one slide on this. Machine learning specialty. And this is intended for what are the persons who perform the development or data science, data science, and wish to become like ability to design, implement, and other solutions as well. Abilities are validated here, like select and justify the appropriate ML approach, machine learning approach, knowledge required for here. And you can go through this like as it is, and the examination is like 170 minutes, and again it's $300 only. And this ability to do, the specialty person can do the intuition behind the basic ML algorithms, follow the model training best practice, and follow the deployment and operational best practices as well. So this is the like symbol you will be getting like a logo. You get it on once you clear the machine learning. Next one is Alexa Builder specialty. This is also like the person should be a perfect good person who can do some scripting and developing and other things. He should be able to build some applications which building on Alexa skilling. Alexa is nothing but the one which we are keeping it in our like desktop, something like that, which will be answering all our questions. It should be connected always to the internet to talk to that, and it has been doing the spying on us like that, what all things we are speaking on this, and it is trying to give all the links and solutions to us, like even when we are not asking. That will be appearing in your Facebook, Twitter, anywhere we go on that. So this is like there are a lot of spying is happening through the Alexa. Anyway, this Alexa skill building is also another specialty certification. So persons who can do design the UX. UX means UI and UX and all. Design architecture and follow the AWS, Amazon, something like security best practices, and validate and test and troubleshoot and other things has to be done. recommended knowledge, something like that has been given for that. Alexa skill is required. At least 6 months of hands-on experience on the building Alexa skills using the Alexa skill. GitHub is required. We just need to know the Git and other things, and where we use to develop new codes and all. Most of the time, I just try to download the code from the GitHub only. you know, and it's 170 minutes of that exam, and again a $300 is a skill builder, and data analysis is also the same thing. Data analytics, like build, secure, and maintain the analytics platform solutions. This comes under the Informatica, I guess. I just so some other things are there. Informatica people are doing data analysis and other things. And data science people will be able to take this one. At least 5 years of experience on the data analytics technologies. At least 2 years hands-on experience on the working with AWS that is required. Experience and expertise working with AWS services to design, build, secure, and maintain the analytics solutions that is required. So 180 minutes, again, it is a 3 hours exam and $300 is a fee for this. Another one, the last one is like certified database guy, who is going to be the specialty. He should be the database guy, DB guy. Either is a Amazon Aurora database or Oracle database or MS SQL database, something like that. We can do that. And at least 5 years of experience in the database technologies, at least 2 years of hands-on and experience with the AWS, and experience and expertise working on the platform on AWS cloud-based relational and what is that? Neo-relational, no relational databases. Rational as well as relational as well as non-relational databases like NoDBM, RDBMS, and no RDBMS like some no SQL models are there. That you should be knowing that this is very database guys can explain very easily. Okay, anyway, we require to know this as database guys can go for the certifications. Like database people have got 10 years experience, or the person can go for that certified database. Network people can go for advanced networking specialty. Developers, they can use any kind of Alexa skill or machine learning or something they can go for. Firewall people can go for the security certification specialty. That is the last level of certification on the AWS side. What are the skills? Yeah, here it is. This is what we were seeing that once again here. So these are all the specialty certificates. There are 6 level of certifications are there. First is networking people can go for this. This is for networking people. This is for security people, firewall and other admins. This is for machine learning guys, AI and machine learning. AI means artificial and machine learning. That guys can go for this. Alexa guys, developer can go for this one. This is third and this is the fourth. And this is the fifth one is like data analytics people can go for this. And database guys can go for this certifications. Like this is the sixth level. Means as per your own experience, domain experience, expertise, level of experiences which you are having it, you can choose your own skills on this in one of the exams and you can go for. But before going on this specialty, don't directly jump into specialty level, which you will not be able to clear it at all because you require to have the prior AWS working experience. Minimum you should have worked in the AWS cloud by doing the multiple integrations or migrations or something, scripting and other things. At least 3 to 4 years experience in the AWS cloud is required. Then you can take the specialty because this specialty exam is mostly 100%, I can just say 100% based on how you are going to provide the solutions based on networking in AWS, based on security in AWS, machine learning in AWS cloud, Alexa skill on AWS cloud, analytics, databases, everything is based on AWS cloud only. That is what is more important. Without knowing the AWS cloud experience, even if you are having the 15 years experience in the industry, you cannot take this advanced administration or advanced security. Later it is not possible because you require a cloud experience and mostly AWS experience is required. After having the AWS experience at least 3 to 4 years, then you are good at any one of the core skills which you are having around 10 plus experience or something, then you go for this specialty certification. Don't jump it. That I don't recommend it, else you will be failing. Okay, let's go to the slides. Database is done. This is like examination details and the test delivery options, testing center and online proctor, which I already explained, and question styles, multiple choice and multiple responses. Cost, it depends on the cost, like from starting from $100 to $300 is the cost, and available languages which we know that according to the examination, all the Indians will be writing only on English. There is no problem for us. And results and next steps. Exam results usually available within 5 business days. 5 business days they are saying it. And access the results via your AWS certification account. When you are trying to write an exam, you just need to create an account for exam account need to be created. With that exam account, your ID will be given further, your username will be there, and examination code and other things. Based on that, you can talk to the AWS people that to receive the certification or something. And if you do not pass, what will happen? That is more important. If you don't pass, 14-day waiting period to repeat the test. 14 days means you should be waiting 2 weeks for to retake the same exam. Means you say if you are a solution architect level, you gone to that exam SAAC02, this exam, you failed. But you need to wait for 14 days to reappear the same exam again. That's what we said. And no limit for examination attempts. You can attempt as many as times you want because you are paying them. Okay. But every attempt should be having the 14 days of waiting period is required. This is nothing but. Then let us go for the next one is the recertification, very important one. Keep your skills on your resume, fresh recertification. To maintain AWS certified status, we require you to periodically validate your continued knowledge and skills. AWS certifications are valid for 3 years, 3 years validity. Any certification you take on AWS, that is 3 years validity is. That is when I seen it in the AWS page itself. You must take the current version of the corresponding prior to certification expiration date to keep it active. We call this process as a recertification. Means you can write the same exam again to keep it 3 years validity more, or you will be going to the next level of certification to keep it validated. That is quite common with all the certifications as well. And recertification helps you strengthen the overall value of your AWS certification by demonstrating your up-to-date and latest knowledge, skills, and best practices. Why this has been given in the sense because day by day they are activating, they are including more chapters. More chapters are added to the same level of certification as well. Means in the sense that solution architect level exam was C01 previously. Now it has become the C02. So means there are more chapters which are added to that. In the last 3 years itself, it has been added. 3 times it has been changed. So whenever there is a current topics which are changed, which you do not know, that will make your certification weaker. So you just need to go for the certification on this. That's what they say. And AWS certification benefits such as your digital badges, exclusive access to the AWS certification events, free practice exams, and more. When you are certifying, you will be having this all benefits as well. For foundational and associate level certification, you can also satisfy the recertification requirement for a current certification by passing or renewing a higher level role based exam. That's what I say. You taken a foundational exam and this is going to expire in next 3 months or something. You can take the solution architect level exam. This is the first level and this is the second level. When you go to the second level exam, this first level exam is recertified automatically. You don't need to take this exam again, not required. You can take this next level of exam to keep it, the older exam to get recertified. So like that, if you are up for the challenge and the next level certification in your path, that is what we mostly recommended. Don't take the same exam again and again. Try to go for the next level of exam. That will be adding your knowledge also, as well as your current market trend also. It will be looking for a latest certified people. So upon adding the AWS certification, you will receive 50% of the exam fee voucher. You can use this voucher to lower the cost of your recertification. See that how much benefits. Or you may use it for a purchase of any future certification exam you wish to take. Your vouchers can be found as benefit section. You can go for this voucher account. So once you're certified only, you will be getting all this information. Otherwise, you don't get. Okay. The next one. Benefits of being AWS certified. Digital badges you will be receiving. Okay. Digital badges. This digital badges we will be putting it in our resume, showing that I am certified guy. Right? Showcase of your AWS certification achievement with the digital badges on your social media, email signatures to gain immediate access to the exclusive AWS sponsored certification events. There are so many events are happening on AWS. You can able to enter it without paying any fees for that. Exam discount. Get 50% of the exam discount to apply towards recertification on any other exams. That is possible. Event recognitions. Receive invites to the regional appreciations, receptions, receptions, and use your digital badge to get exclusive access to the AWS certification lounges or AWS reinvent and select the summit events and all. So like you are getting all these benefits you are getting. And some more is it. And AWS certified global community. Gain access to the AWS certified global community in the LinkedIn and network with your peers. Free practice exams you will receive. Prepare your next certification for practice exam voucher. You are getting it freely. AWS certified store. You can go and get your all merchandise and all these things. Unlock access to the AWS exclusive certified merchandise you will be getting. So this much benefits we are getting it because we are getting certified. What we may be looking for free practice exams and 50% reduction on the next exam. That is more important. Those are all things you will be getting it, getting certified. Next slide. Okay, so we come up to the end of this session, and you can contact me on for any AWS certifications if you'd like to go for any sessions or examination helps, something like that. There is my number is there in the screen. You can take that, and there is an email which I given you. You can mail it to me. I am running my own YouTube channel, which is a free one. I update every week. Every week, definitely I will update, or I will be updating every twice in a week or something like that. I just do. So all the latest informations about the latest certifications or technological things, I will be doing a small videos on this one, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can get all the latest updates, whichever it has been done on that. Technology wise also I'll talk about, certifications also I'll talk about, and I am conducting many levels of certifications as well. F5 load balancers I used to take, and firewall administrations I'll be taking, radar certifications I do, and AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, Ansible, Python, you know, and the Terraform. Latest has come up like a Terraform certifications also I'm used to do that. So you can contact me on this number anytime, and if you have any questions on this kind of things, you can ask me in the chat, or you can can you can chat it also, or you can just ask me any questions. Please unmute your mic and please ask me any questions. I am ready to take your questions on this. It's all to you. Hello, I see some many people are there. You can ask me any questions. I am ready to answer that. And you can ask me about how long will it take the certification, how much training is required, what are the practices need to be done, what is the prerequisite for that, what are the labs which we will be doing for every other certifications or something. You can ask me any questions. I am ready to take your answers. Sorry, I'm ready to take your questions. Anyone? I'm waiting. Okay. So okay, I'll tell you like ending note like that. AWS certifications are most valid in the market trend. All the HRs are looking for the AWS certifications only. You can start with that. People, I guess, people who are coming for cloud or something like that, at least they will be working on in the cloud in the normal platform for at least 2 to 3 years. They can directly go to that solution architect level exam. That's what I was telling you, like solution architect level exam, SAA C02. This exam the people will be normally going for. So you can take this level of exam, and this exam classes sessions will be conducting for a month, and I will be taking all the latest chapters whichever you are looking for. And it may be like one-on-one also I can conduct that, or as a batch also I can conduct that. The timing which I can adjust with you people, because we are all working from the home only. And yeah, thank you. Somebody saying Sanjay is saying that very well explained. Thank you very much. You can tell me on the mic. You can unmute your mic and you can talk. Thank you anyway. And moreover, this SAAC02 I can conduct it for a month. I will be conducting one-on-one also. It is possible, or as a group or batch also I can conduct that. It's not an issue. And I can adjust the timing accordingly because we are all working from the home only. We have a lot of time. Even in the late nights also, it's not a problem at all. In the daytime, if you're saying morning time, evening times, I can adjust my own timings to talk to you. And I'll be creating my own Zoom sessions and I'll give it to you. Like you can join the sessions and you can do. And this level of certification will be completely based on scripting, CLI, SDKs, and the APIs also I'll be conducting. Even if you're not having any prior experience on the scripting or language skills, you can definitely take that. I will take it from the foundational level. A scratch level, I'll be teaching on this one. So you don't have any problems to take up that certifications as well. Don't look for only GUI based certification or something. Many people are offering the GUI based. GUI based is actually when you come to the real life scenario, GUI is not even used for 5% also I can say in AWS. Definitely I'm telling you, it is 100% true. 95% has been done on AWS CLIs, AWS APIs, AWS SDKs, and the scripting and everything has been done on that. So I will be explaining all these things through the CLIs, GUIs also I will conduct that, don't worry, because need to understand that cloud in the sense you require a GUI knowledge. So it will be more picturized format so you can understand easily. So I will be taking that all these things and one-on-one is possible. Don't worry about that. If no other people are coming up in the sense, also not an issue. I'll be talking to you about one-on-one. So it'll be like one-on-one ceremony. I'll be talking to you only to explain everything. And we will be recording always the sessions, definitely. We do the recording sessions on this. And you can have the recordings for your lifetime. And you can use it on this. Once you finish your training or something, I can offer you some kind of dumps to clear the exams. So many dumps are there. I can even point to you some people who are selling it or some other sites which are very much genuine sites which are sending the dumps. You can get the dumps on this and you can get on that. Okay, and I am open to any questions from your side. You can ask me any questions on this. I am ready to answer your questions. Anyone? Any questions? No questions at all? Okay, if it is that's the case, then I will go back to the small demonstration I would like to show you. I will show you the management console. You can just see the management console here. I logged in already here. Like, let me take the pointers. So I logged in with my own Gmail account. We can create a free tier account that is available for 12 months free. 12 months free tier account we can create that in AWS platform. We can do around 90% of the labs which we can do it with the freely itself, and 10% of the exams, 10% of the chapters may be required to spend a certain limited amount. We just need to spend it, and with that we can able to understand it all. And these are all the management console we are seeing. AWS services, it is here. All the services are pointed out here: compute, quantum technologies, security and compliance, and let me show you some other things as well. Containers, like you can just go through the containers on this. You can have that management and governance, AWS cost management. Here it is a storage, right? Here it's a storage like that. We are seeing like in the container level, we'll be seeing the Elastic Container Registry, service, Kubernetes has been covered. In the storage, we will be seeing the S3, EFS, FSX, everything will be seeing that. Management and governance, it's very important. CloudWatch is a very important one to manage all the maintain all our cloud services. We'll be using it through the CloudWatch. OpsWorks, CloudFormation. This includes a complete scripting on this from your side. I'll be taking up that scripting side as well. And the license manager is the control tower, certificate managers, AWS single sign-on, artifact, like cost management, we will be doing that. So like many other things which you can keep on conducting on this, but solution architect level, whatever it is required, I'll be conducting. If you're looking for a higher level or something like that, accordingly the things can be taken on this. So you can see the databases here. RDS will do with this Oracle or something we'll be building on this. And migration and transfer. This is a migration hub, I can call it as. If you'd like to migrate your virtual machines from the VMware or from your databases, or from your data centers, we can use this migration tools to migrate our entire on-prem servers as well as the databases to the AWS cloud. It is possible. And AR VR is also been there. AR VR in the sense it is an augmented reality and virtual reality has been there, which are required for the person to know what the developers must be working on this. Networking and content delivery, VPC, CloudFront, Route 53, API Gateway, Direct Connect, App Mesh, Cloud Map, Cloud Accelerator, Global Accelerator, everything will be done. This is for a machine learning people. SageMaker, Augmented ADA, Code Guru, DevOps Guru, Comprehend, Forecast, so many other in machine language, machine learning. Developer tools, this is people who are working on, developers can work on this all developer tools. And customer enablement, robotics is the RoboMaker, blockchain management, satellite, there is a ground station, game lift for game developments, another thing, IoT, completely been there, IoT, you can see that. Analytics platform, this comes under the all analytics, Athena, Amazon Redshift, Cloud Search, like this. End user computing, AppStream and WorkDocs and other things. Alexa for business, Amazon Chim, Workmail, Honeycomb. Like we can keep on seeing many other things which are getting created daily, day by day. And the cost management is a very important thing which we should be understanding that. How to do the budget, how will you go for a marketplace subscriptions, and what is the cost explorer. And if you like to have your budget control on this one, we will be creating a budget, not to spend more than this. Like that will be restricting the people to use only certain services or something that is possible. And like WAF and Shield, that is what I was talking about, web application firewalls. These are the security compliance. IAM is identity and access management. With this, we'll be doing all the kind of user creations under the AWS cloud. We'll be doing it. So basically, what all things are required to come to the AWS in the sense, little bit of knowledge on the network operating system, either Windows servers or Linux servers, networking knowledge like a router, switches, configurations, firewall knowledge, configuring the policies and the port mappings and the port blocking, allowing access list creations and other things. And the scripting knowledge, like a shell scripting knowledge is required, JSON, YAML scripting. These are all required, or at least I will be looking for a people who are at least 2 to 3 years experience on the industry, any network or databases or administration side or a code developer or anyone can take this one. And you should be able to mostly welcoming the other skills also, like you should be start learning other skills also, because certificate requires the all the skills need to be known to the person, so then only you can able to clear the AWS certifications. So you think that I am only network, I require only network things, means it is not possible. You need to learn the EC2 machines also, you have to learn the storage also, you have to learn the databases also, even if you are a network person. So once you learn all these things, you can clear the certification. Later part of time, you can go for the specialty. That's what the specialty certifications are given in the AWS. Networking person can go to the AWS advanced networking specialty. Security guy can take the security advanced specialty. Like that specialty level, you just need to go. Initially, you need to understand the infrastructure of the entire cloud. That is what been recommended, that is what been suggested, and that is what been the course has been conducted in that way. So once you go through this all infrastructure inside the AWS, if you understand everything, then you can go for the specialty level certifications. So that's all. I finished my, the uh, the sessions of today. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. And I expect the people to give your email addresses at least in the chat box, so that I will be giving you the link for this presentations, and I will be sending you this presentation to you, and the recording also I will be passing it on to you. It's easy for me to create, send a mail to the people. You can give me your email address only. It's if you are not giving the phone numbers, it's okay. Even if you're giving the phone numbers also, it's welcome. I'll not be disturbing you so heavily. Don't worry about that. And but I would like to know that, keep a record that how many people attended and how many people are interested to know that I'm creating a small database on this one. So I require your email addresses. Yeah, some Dinesh has given that, and SKUR Sanjay sir has given. Everyone can give it, not a problem. I can give you all the details about our certifications or updates which are happening on the things. I can give you. Only 3 years given. I see some people are more people are there. Anyone can give it, not a problem. Okay. Won't be disturbing you, don't worry about that. Definitely you will be receiving this PPT and the recording to your email. Within next half an hour, you'll be receiving the mail from my side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, nice. So I seen people are joined today and to listen to me. Thanks for everyone, whoever is joined. And do come back to me for any kind of certifications if you're looking for. And I'm very much ready to take the sessions and giving the offering the help to you to clearing this all. And let me do the thanks all for joining. Okay, sorry. I'll give it to everyone. Thanks all. Thanks all for joining the meeting. And do come back with your queries whenever you require it. And you can note down my phone number and my Gmail address and my YouTube channel, which is on the screen. You can contact me anytime. You can ping me on WhatsApp directly, not a problem. And moreover, I would like to tell you, yeah, thank you. I am open up in the Signal also. Now there is a new messenger has come, Signal. I'm in the Telegram also. I'll be including the cell WhatsApp Signal, and I'll make it out. I just need to make some changes on this one. In Signal Messenger also, I'm available in the same number. You can ping me, and in the Telegram also in the same number, I can ping me on this. Okay. Thanks for all. Thanks for joining, everyone. And I will be sending you this PPT as well as the training, this recording. Will in next half an hour, you'll be getting that. So I will be closing this meeting. Thanks for all joining. And I'll be ending this meeting now.
Thank you.
Thanks for all. Thank you.